What's up, Rad family? I wanted to do something fun and a bit different, which I guess is the theme as of late. I just want to try new things, as long as they're in the realm of creepiness. So recently I saw Jenna Marbles do a Google deep dive, and I thought it was a brilliant idea. Now, if you don't know what a Google deep dive is, it's where you Google one thing and it kind of just takes you down a rabbit hole of clicking links and going to something else, and then an hour later, what you end up on is something far different than what you had originally searched. So I thought it'd be really fun to do something in the realm of creepy with that. So let's get to Googling. So let's just get to clicking and see what happens. Real ghost caught on camera. Well, I'm gonna go on a limb here and say that this one is not real, just because that straight up looks like it's just a PNG from The Ring, doesn't it? Like, straight up, that is Samara. Oh my gosh, unless it's not, unless, you know what, we'll just go on the next one. Now, these are the ones I like. These are the ones that you're just like, man, that's creepy. Is that real? What is that? Is that just like a coincidental someone like passing in the frame of the camera? Is it like a smudge on the lens or a lens flare from a light? Or is it something else? Ooh, that gave me goosebumps. I like the use of the arrow too. Just in case that red circle was not enough, that red arrow will tell you where to look. You know, the ghost just wanted his hands to be seen. Maybe that ghost was a hand model in a past life, and they just feel like they didn't get the recognition they deserved. So there's her hands. Of course, if like your bed's underneath that would be terrifying. Can you imagine just waking up and seeing hands dangling over your head? That might be more terrifying than like a whole body, because then how do you explain that? How do you tell people, oh yeah, there are arms floating? No body, just arms. I feel like you might be looked at a little like you're a little cuckoo. And now we have a Slenderman. I actually really love Slenderman pictures. We should totally look up real Slenderman sightings. Ooh, real Slenderman sightings 2017. Okay, what's going on here? I love how this is literally all YouTube videos. Okay, I mean, it's wintertime, so that really could just be a guy with, like, unironically wearing a white ski mask over his head. So, but that being said, if you had just read the Slenderman creepypasta and went outside and saw that, I'd probably, question if it was real too. Again, that doesn't really look like Slenderman to me. Granted, if I was in the woods by myself and I saw someone with, like, a white hood over their head, yeah, I would be pretty damn terrified. So I think it's pretty justified that they took a picture, just in case, they were to vanish. At least now, if their body was found. Wow, that just got real morbid. Where was I going with that? I'm just gonna stop myself. Now this is like your classic Slenderman sighting. Him just, taking a picture, it's grainy, you're in the middle of what looks like nowhere, and then in the corner of the photo is just this weird, stretched out silhouette. Now to me, like, this is the OG Slenderman, and that is terrifying. Especially with how out of place a suit would be in the woods. I feel like that alone kind of makes you question what you're seeing. Like if they were in like camping gear, well, them being caught in the background of your photo passing through really wouldn't be that creepy. But something about it being like so random, like, gives me goosebumps. It makes me, just question maybe if it's a little real. Now this is super pixelated. That could literally be anything. That could be me in this picture. Again, this looks like a creepy ass dude in the middle of the woods with a white hood over his head, which if you encounter, maybe you shouldn't take a picture of. Yeah, I'm gonna change my mind. Maybe you shouldn't take a picture of that. Maybe you should just turn around in the opposite direction and run as far and as fast as you possibly can. Unless your car is parked on the other side, then maybe like go around, try to lose them. That's the moral of the story. Maybe don't listen to me. Maybe don't. If you listen to me, get lost in the woods though. I'm sorry. I mean, is that supposed to be Sasquatch? Let's go with that. Real Sasquatch sightings. So am I saying it right? Sasquatch, you know, doesn't... What is that? I think I'm gonna have to censor that. Like, is that boobies? Alright, real cursed pictures. Let's see where this takes us. Annabelle the Haunted Doll. Actually, I just watched Annabelle for the first time. So let's see what the real story of Annabelle is. So Annabelle the doll is a Raggedy Ann doll alleged by demonologists, did I say that right? Ed and Lorraine Warren to be haunted. The doll resides in a glass box at the Warrens Occult Museum in Monroe, Connecticut. Man, I would love to go there. Can you imagine if I got to go there and make like a video? Dreams come true. The story served as the inspiration for the film Annabelle and Annabelle Creation. According to claims originated by Ed and Lorraine Warren, a student nurse was given the Raggedy Ann doll in 1970, but after the doll behaved strangely, a psychic medium told the student the doll was inhabited by the spirit of a dead girl named Annabelle Higgins. Supposedly, the student nurse and her roommate first tried to accept and nurture the spirit-possessed doll. Wow, good for them. I would not be so brave. But eventually became... My light just flickered. Did you see that? That doll behind me creeps me the fuck out, and I so regret buying it. I'm just watching it through the viewfinder now. I don't know, reading about a possessed doll and then having a doll behind me is just very nerve-wracking. Anyways, but eventually became frightened by the doll's malicious behavior and contacted the Warrens, who removed the doll to their museum after pronouncing it demonically possessed. Okay, let's Robert the doll. It's compared to it. Robert, otherwise known as Robert the doll, with a lot of different nicknames, is a doll that was once owned by Key West painter. Oh, I've heard of this! Like, you can't take pictures of this doll without its permission or without, like, verbally asking if you can take it before, or else, like, it'll haunt you. I might totally be getting that wrong. I should probably just keep reading. Once owned by Key West painter and author Robert Eugene Otto, the doll is alleged to be cursed. Why? The doll is currently located at the East Martello Museum. That would be really fun to see and also very terrifying, because there's something about dolls that will always be creepy. Always. Supposedly, Otto was given the doll in 1906, so a really long time ago. Side note, have you guys noticed that, like, ghost stories typically are set a long time ago? Like, why? What was that sound? Back to the video? Ooh, okay, I'm getting creeped out. I'm not used to creepy Google deep dives. Usually I stick to, you know, like happier ones. You know, ones about facts and movies and stuff, not possessed dolls while there's a creepy ass doll behind me. But yeah, ghost stories are always like set. Oh my god. My closet door is open and it just scared the crap out of me. Okay guys, I don't know. Maybe that's a sign to get off this. Let's go to a different Wikipedia page because I'm getting a little too creeped out by this one. Let's go look up Ed and Lorraine Warren. Let's see some of their like famous cases, their notable investigations. Of course, Annabelle, Huron family. In 1971, the Warrens claimed that the Harrisville, Rhode Island home of the Perron family was haunted by a witch. You know, you don't really hear about witches too much anymore. Who lived there in the early 19th century. According to the Warrens, Bathsheba Sherman cursed the land so that whoever lived there somehow died. Well, that's not very nice. The story is the subject of the 2013 film The Conjuring. Oh, that's why it sounded familiar. That's a really good movie, by the way. Highly recommend. In 1991, the Warrens' book Werewolf, The True Story of Demonic Possession, was published, in which they claimed to have exorcised a demon manifesting itself as a werewolf. How would that work out? Did he, like, dress up in a werewolf costume to, like, showcase his werewolfness? Interesting. Let's do... Ooh, cartoon Conspiracy theories. That's it. I've always meant to do a video on cartoon conspiracy theories, and I've actually started, I had started making a script for one way back, like months ago, and I just never did anything with it. So let's look up some now. But yeah, this is a conspiracy theory that I had heard like a long time ago, like at least I think a few years ago. Could be wrong though. Super creepy. And this was a show I grew up. This is my childhood right here. So when I heard this, it kind of ruined it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Apparently, like, everyone else is dead. Literally, it suggests that Angela is the only one actually alive, and she's imagining everything else that's happening. What? So let's read a little bit more. The Rugrats really were a figment of Angelica's imagination. Chucky died a long time ago, along with his mother. Wow, sad. That's why Chaz is a nervous wreck all the time. Makes sense. Tommy was a stillborn. That's why Stu is constantly in the basement making toys with her son who never had a chance to live. Oh my god. The DeVilles had an abortion. Angelica couldn't figure out whether it would be a boy or girl, thus creating the twins. This is one perceptive little girl, though, if she was able to, like, know all this. Like, I believe in honesty, and I know kids, like, pick up more than we give them credit for. But, like, for her to know the ins and outs of everybody's life, like, that's... I mean, maybe you should reserve some things from someone this young. I mean, that's a really good theory. I mean, a very incredibly childhood-ruining theory, but a good one nonetheless. SpongeBob SquarePants is all about drugs. Now, this to me seems a little more believable. SpongeBob SquarePants is on methamphetamines. He's always really, really happy, energetic, and occasionally paranoid. If he ever is in a bad mood, it's the result of a major crash. He goes from really happy to really sad or really angry. Does SpongeBob ever get angry? I don't know if I've ever seen SpongeBob angry, but maybe I just didn't see all the episodes. Patrick Star is a stoner. He laughs at stupid things and eats all the time. He must go through like a pound of weed a week. What? It's a starfish. Squidward Tentacles is on heroin. He's always down and yells at Sponge. Okay, this is too stupid. I'm sorry. All respect to whoever created that theory. I'm gonna move on to the next one. Oh my gosh, Hey Arnold. Now this, like Rugrats, this is what I grew up like watching all the time. Arnold's wacky grandparents are in fact his real parents, and his football head is the result of a deformity. What? Courage the Cowardly Dog Nowhere theory. Courage is actually a normal dog, and he sees the world through a dog's eyes. Okay, all the villains in the show are just normal people, but to a little dog, they seem scary. That makes a lot of sense. They don't actually live in the middle of nowhere, but since his owners are too old to take him outside for walks, he only knows what's around his immediate property, and therefore beyond that is nothing because he's never seen it. Oh my god, that makes so much sense. That makes mind blown right now. Mind blown. That is like the most reasonable explanation for that show ever. Because that show, like I just did a video a few weeks back and this was on it. This is one of the creepiest kid shows to, I think, hands down, ever exists. Whoa, I like cannot insert that meme right now. I cannot handle this. If you like this video and want to see more different content like this, please give this video a big thumbs up. And if you have any other suggestions, leave them down below. This can be like a rad fam creepy adventure, so I'd love you to be a part of it. Until next time, keep up the radness, and I'll see you real soon. Bye! Wow. I mean, like, wow.